Well, hey there. So what's the first ingredient for the recipe, the money-getting recipe to supersize your business? That's what we're going to talk about briefly today so that you can go out and make sure that you are having this key ingredient in your business. It doesn't have to be just about money getting. We talked about the recipe yesterday and I shared what the ingredients were. And I said, okay, this week we're going to go a little bit deeper into each of the ingredients so that you know how to incorporate these ingredients into your business. What is that first ingredient? Well, you got to define a problem that you can solve. Does your product or service solve a problem? If it doesn't, you don't have a business. I know, shocker, right? Kind of a bad news flash, but guess what? Guess how many products or services, and I'm going to tell you right now, whatever your product or service is, even if you're selling the Pillsbury Doughboy, it can solve a problem, right? You just have to look at your product or service differently and present it to people in a way that it does solve a problem. So what we're going to do today is we're going to ask ourselves, what problem does my product or service solve? And don't just come up with one. Oh, I'll give you an example. My last business was Italian food manufacturing. We manufactured handmade, delicious, out of this world delicious, I say the best Italian food in the whole wide world. And we handmade it and sold it through other businesses, through grocery store chains and through restaurants. So what problems did our Italian food solve? Well, it depended on who you were selling it to, but for the most part, it was delicious gourmet food that was affordable. The biggest part was you didn't have to make the mess at home of making handmade ravioli, but it was good enough for special occasions. You know, it was a super amazing special occasion food, but it was also quick and easy and fast enough to make for dinner every night after a long day of work. So it was very versatile. So you have to ask yourself, what problems or solutions, well, what problems does my product or service solve? It's as simple as that. And remember, people are looking to the top reasons that people buy anything is to make money, save time, reduce pain, reduce effort, or to increase hygiene. Those are just the top 5. There's a whole lot. You can just Google what are the top reasons people buy anything if you are curious about that. But if you're answering the question and solving a problem that helps people to make more money, or if you can combine these things, it's really, really powerful. If you can help somebody make money and save time and reduce pain because you make it easier, faster for them to do something in their business or in their life, then that solves a problem. So you want to ask yourself, what problem does my product or service solve? I want you to brainstorm a list of those things. Like I said, don't just settle for one thing. Oh, this is the main problem. What's for dinner? Could be what my Italian food solved. It solved, you know, what are we going to eat for dinner? What are we going to eat for lunch? But that's not the only thing. Go back and finish my video, then I will call that person back. But that's what we want to do. We want to do that. And then we want to say, what could my product or service solve? What problems have I not thought about yet that my product or service already has the ability to solve? What situations could I be expanding my product or service into to help it solve more problems for other people? And then also ask yourself, you know, what am I great at? What are things that I'm good at that I might not even be considering, or that our company is good at that we might not even be taking advantage of or considering? For example, I am really good at some things that probably have nothing to do with growing my business. For example, I'm really good at finding things. I'm a good cook. I'm a good communicator and nurturer. I'm good at pulling the best out of other people. Those may or may not help me solve a problem for somebody else, but I want to know what those things are, because those are all assets that I can call upon to add to my recipe for resource getting. That's it. Ask yourself today, define a problem that you can solve for other people. That is the first ingredient in our recipe for money getting to supersize your business. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with the second ingredient.